Hey lovebirds, Robin Akambo here. Welcome to the second episode of my fantastic YouTube channel. I'm super excited to have you guys in my company, and today I've got a phenomenal woman because we are talking the month of phenomenal women. It is the month of women, and I was thinking to myself, I've been blessed with such close, amazing and talented females that I just needed to pick one to ensure that she inspires each and every one of you. And the person I selected was the amazing, beautiful talent. She goes by the name of Uejaa. She's my big sister in the industry. So I just thought, why not invite her over? You know, just sit back in our PJs, have some tea, and sip it while spilling some beans, basically. How are you, Uejaa?
I'm good. Thank you for the invite. And hi to everybody watching. Yeah.
It's the first time I made her a cup of tea.
Imagine.
And I don't understand why she takes sugar.
We're not going to discuss that today.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that. I like it black and two sugars. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next time, whoever it is that's liking on her and crushing on her, black with two sugars. Now, we're going to go for a quick tidbit of a break, and when we get back, we're going to head straight into each and everything that you need. Okay, so we're back, and the beauty about this channel that I've been wanting to bring about was just leaving and giving content that is really inspirational to the youth and not too much of bubblegum stuff. Okay. Yes, we'll play around with the bubble gums, but I want us to also inspire before we expire.
Very true.
So now, I know a lot of people know who Uejaa is, but for those that have been living under a rock for I don't know how long and don't seem to know who you are, please just give them a tidbit of why you're my OSIS in this industry.
Well, I don't know how or when it started, but like it happened when it happened, and I think I adopted her as my little sister, and I don't know what I think maybe, you know, the hunger that she had for when she started with radio. That's where we met, and I think there was just something about you. I think I can't put.
You can't pinpoint it.
No, I can't. I couldn't say that somebody introduced me to her or whatever. I think it was just an observation of who she was when she started in the industry, and there's just something that resonated about her that we're still stuck with each other and stuck for life. So yes. There's nothing nobody can do about it or say Robin did this and this and that. If she did something wrong or she knows I'm going to hear about it, she'll call me first before anybody.
I'm one of those people. Ekla myself here before
basically.
You can.
You say, no, sis, no, you're gonna hear this and this and this and this, but actually this is the stuff. So that's how the relationship came about and how it's always been, and we've had each other's back, and she knows that when she needs me. So she'll start with this, like, so, sis, something. When she always wants to ask something, she will start that, and then I know that she wants something. So that's how.
Okay.
It is.
So now, having gotten that off your chest, and now we're okay. We're there.
Yeah.
In terms of just you branding yourself, you've been in this industry for a long time, and I actually wanted us to start with the industry talks before we get into everything else.
Okay.
You've been in this industry for eons, and one thing about you is your consistency, and you're always working on bettering the person that you are. A lot of people have been asking, in terms of the industry, you know, how is it that we keep motivated? How is it that we never lose focus? How is it that we prioritize? And the good thing about you as well that I feed off, like I say, my circle is so small that the people I have around me are people that are very, very important and influence me. And she's one of my influences. The one thing I love about her is the fact that she is not only about developing herself career-wise, self-development in terms of studies, but also in terms of your body. You invested so much time and effort in transforming you as an individual, that even when people come to me and they're like, okay, fine, so how do you prioritize working out, going to work, still hustling on the side? I'm thinking, y'all ain't met where. If you guys are wondering how I'm doing it, I don't know how where does it. Well, so please tell us how.
I think first and foremost, I think I was having this conversation with somebody yesterday. Is if your why does not, motivate you enough to do all of the things that you want to do, because I'm like the possibilities are endless, and there's nobody that can stop you but yourself. It might sound cliche, but it's true, right? Because I'm like, guys, we limit ourselves by saying that no, but Ruby does this and this and this and this, but I can't do this and this and this and this, no matter why.
Exactly.
Because why? Because who said what? And why does somebody else's opinion over your life, have any 2 cents to add onto your life at the end of the day? So I say, why I do what I do, and I still feel like there's still so much to learn. There's still so much to explore at the end of the day. So I feel like you need to do as much as you can with the time that you've been granted on earth, because I feel because take care of yourself. And then everything else, comes from taking care of who you are and what you are about. Because at the end of the day, you want to leave a legacy.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, let's leave it at us wanting to leave a legacy.
Yeah.
And we're going to be back to elaborate on that. So we're back at talking about leaving a legacy.
Yeah.
And this is something I think a lot of young women in the industry, I think they don't really take cognizant of, because they're more about living my best life currently and not beyond that. The one thing I love about you as an individual, and that's why in this industry, I was saying the other day that there's so few individuals in the industry that I look up to and I'm impressed by. And you're one of them. And the reason is because your image, your brand has never been tainted by anything. Everything you do, I think you understand that I am and I am a brand. So how I react to certain things in life and what I do basically is who people will perceive me as.
Very much.
And that's what that's the way I think as well. And I think that's why we click so much, because our brands are our worlds. So talking about a legacy and just not being relevant. Also, it's like one of these things where recently some people had approached me to do something for a casino, for example. I can't have my face put on a poster for a casino, because what does a casino represent? It doesn't represent anything that my brand, I want my brand to represent or reflect. So that's something I'd rather pass and look forward to something else. So those are also things that you, as the people that are maybe watching and you're interested in being in this industry, you need to realize that you don't need to look booked and busy. You don't owe that to anybody, really. No. You don't. A lot of times people are like, oh no, I haven't seen Uejaa on a stage in a while. I haven't seen Robin on a stage in a while. It's not that the offers are not coming in. It's because we are not willing to take what they're offering us. So it's either price, it's just something that doesn't resonate with our brand, or something of that nature. But always pick your battles wisely, because if you do something that is look, reputation, when you build it, you build it for years, but to break it, one and then it's done.
Very true. Because I mean, like Ruby, like you rightfully put it, like you know what your brand stands for.
Exactly.
And you know exactly what you want to be associated with, because association when it comes to your brand is very important. And if you don't get that right, especially within the beginning, then everything else will, it will just fall apart. You need to put in the work, because nothing is never ever given to you. Every single gig, every single event, every stage, it's earned, because you don't know who's watching when you are at a specific event, and you don't know who's talking and saying what about your work, because at the end of the day, once you stand on that stage, you're performing.
Yes. And I love the fact that you brought in the stage, but I want to elaborate on it after this. I'm quite excited though, but let's get to it. Okay, so I was excited because for the first time last year, we happened to share a stage.
We did.
Yes.
For the first time in over 10 years.
It was a dream come true because I've always watched you do your job and you've always watched me do mine.
Oh, yeah.
But just for the two of us to come together and perform was phenomenal.
It was.
And the event also was just something that was amazing because it was a platform where we were celebrating women and their achievements.
Sure.
And just touching on women and their achievements and exactly what it entails to be a female, and not just in this industry but in everything else.
Sure.
How do you juggle, like the biggest thing a lot of people ask me and throw my way is black text. And we're going to talk about it today because it's always a thing of your grandmother, your grandmother's sister's child and the cousin of the what, and you know. I'm thinking, why? And it's so many people that think, okay, fine, you're on TV, you're on radio, you must have so much money, I need A, B, C, and D, and everybody has the biggest problem on your payday. How do you juggle that? How do you deal with it?
Firstly, when you're, it's a lie, there's no money.
There's no money.
There's no money. Well, I think I'm very, the people that stay at home are family. No, they know, like, if there's no food at home, we know how we can sort that out. But you know, the other people that, like, you know, they would call my mom and they say, like, you know, I saw your child on TV, she must be doing well, and all of these things. Yes, the opportunities are there, and I've made some great individuals, great opportunities that I've experienced in terms of locally as well as abroad. But that does not necessarily mean I'm making $1 million. No, it doesn't. I just know that this is family, this is what I need to take care of, because I've got a mortgage to pay,
exactly,
got food I need to put on the table, and so forth. So I think that was really a great thing that I was able to achieve in terms of, like, being able to put your name on a title deed and know that the work that you've put over, you know, the years have finally paid off. Okay, so that's off the list, but it's really having priority over what you bring in, and like the word says, you need to create multiple streams of income.
Yes.
So it can't just be your 8 to 5, because your 8 to 5 won't cover everything that I want to achieve, because, you know, it should be more about, you know, beyond myself. Who else can I help? Beyond my family, who else can I help with the platforms that I've been granted with? It's really about that. So I think, you know, with the stuff that we've done and the people that we've impacted, it's so far so good. Okay,
so guys, when I say I don't have money, hakina mali, I don't have. She can attest to it as well. It's not just because you're on TV, just because you're on what, just because it doesn't mean I have it in excess and I just have it to say, you know, you want here. I'm not Oprah. You get one.
Everybody gets one.
We're not there yet. But anyways, we'll get back to you after the quick break. Okay, now with every girl talk, and especially when it's like a slumber party vibe, everybody always wants to come through with the whole sexuality and do you have a boyfriend, don't you have a boyfriend? But no, those are the bubblegum talks we are not going to entertain.
No.
I think you guys are getting excited, like, ooh, we're going to find out if Uejaa is dating somebody. Jokes. But anyways, guys, the one thing that I wanted us to shed light on, especially where we are as corporate females, as women in the industry, we always get, or I'm going to speak for myself and then you can speak for yourself and then we are going to speak for all of us. I always get passes where it's a thing of, if you give me sexual favors, I'm going to elevate you to whatever level you want to get at. And this is it cuts across board. It's not only for the industry, it's not only for the corporate world, it's literally for majority of the stuff that we do these days. A lot of guys come and they just want sexual favors and they're like, you know what, you want that position, I'm gonna give it to you. You want that gig, all you need to do is just give it to me. So how do you overcome all these things?
Well, I've had the exact same offers offered to me, and I think really it boils down to your morals that you have as an individual. All right, beyond the brand, who are you when the lights are switched off? Who are you, and what is it that? Because I mean, like the favor doesn't only happen once.
No.
It's maintenance thereof.
Exactly.
So if it's gonna happen one time,
I like your word, maintenance.
So if you acquire something, it's like a car, guys. So if it's a car that you were given, there's maintenance that
exactly
is attached to this car. So if it happens once, it's gonna happen again and again and again. So I've just really it's a simple no, and a no
and no is it's an answer.
It's
no
a full
is an
sentence
answer.
also. That's it. So I just like no, and that's it. Because then I think to myself, okay, so I do this and I get this, but then he's not gonna stop.
Exactly.
Right? So I'll say no. I'll say no, thank you. I'll find another way to get maybe the job that I want, or if it's not meant for me, then it's not meant for me. I'm gonna force it because somebody's offering it to me because I have to do a favor for me to get it. And I'm a firm believer that what's due to you will come to you.
Exactly.
So if it's due to me, then time will tell.
But the one thing I love that you mentioned is that it's something that's going to be reoccurrent.
It will.
And this is something that a lot of us don't realize, especially the young girls that are, I would like to say, maybe naive to think that, okay, no, it's just going to happen once off and then I'm going to do this gig. But gents talk.
They do.
They're the biggest gossips.
Oh, yes.
So it's going to happen that John is going to tell Paulus, Titus, and and you don't want to be that girl that every time a proposal or a proposition is brought forth to you, these people are alluding to needing sexual favors.
True.
Because then word has gone around that in order to get that girl to do A, B, C, and D,
just offer her
this.
That's it.
And at the end of the day, you're going to be one of those girls that walks into a room and hypothetically speaking, 10 of these people have been with you sexually. And that's not something that you'd want, especially not in a boardroom.
No.
If those are your ambitions, or especially not even at an event. So just for yourself, maintain yourself. Our quality ongushu is something so it's rare.
It is.
And it goes away so fast. So what you need to do is you need to protect it with your might and all, with everything.
Everything.
So don't think you need to do A, B, C, and D to keep up with the trends, to have that Louis Vuitton handbag, to travel where go to Paris, go to Bali, go to wherever these people are going to these days. It's all about who you are as an individual, and your time will come. People owned houses before we did. I got my first bond last year. When did you get yours?
About 2 years back.
Exactly. Yeah. And we've been in the industry for eons. So your time will come.
It will come. So just work for it, because at the end of the day, there's nothing more sexier, there's nothing more gratifying and satisfying than earning your own money.
Yes!
So work for it.
So just work for it. Anyways, we are going to be back after this quick break. Okay, so March is known to be Women's Month. We've been celebrating phenomenal women. And in terms of women empowerment, I think a lot of times I've seen it in the corporate world and I've seen it in our industry. It's quite difficult to get people that are genuinely happy for the next one. So I know my happy crowd. If I have an achievement, there are certain people I call that I know for a fact are going to be genuinely happy for me. And unfortunately, it's become a norm that congratulations. How did she get that? Who did she have to sleep to get that? Or so how do you sort of choose your circle enough, and how do you deal with animosity among women? And sometimes this animosity is not even because you did something wrong to Robin. No, Robin does not even know you, but Robin I just don't like that girl. I just don't like her. So how do you deal with all of that?
Well, I posted something recently on my Instagram, whereas you need to choose one, right? It's either you pray for them or you gossip about them. You can't do both. Right? You can't do both, right? So it's either they're within your circle or they're not. And like you said, you need to choose your your people, your closest people, who you share your who you choose, who you break down in front of, because there are people that are just waiting for you to break down.
Yeah, definitely.
There are people that are waiting for you to achieve something and celebrate with you. There are people that are about seeing you grow. Some are looking forward to the day that you break down.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think same with you as well. I know who my people are. I can literally count them on saying, like, when you can call somebody at 2 o'clock in the morning, they show up.
Yeah.
Then you know it's real.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. Those ones that are only around when everything is shiny.
Nice and perky.
And perky and everything. And when I know that, listen, the account is in a minus, but send me like a $200 type of thing. Those are my people. And I know who, I don't know, maybe it's come with experience. And having people that claim to be your friends but are not.
Yeah.
And when you call them for the littlest things, because I'm like, we need to be there for each other.
No, definitely.
Be good, be bad, be whatever way. We're friends. We need to grow with each other. And like we said, like me and Robin started way back when the radio happened.
Yeah.
We've shared our good, our bad, and we celebrated each other, and we continue to celebrate each other, because we know that if she wins, then I celebrate her, and when my time comes, she's gonna celebrate me. So when.
I think ultimately we need to start looking at somebody's win as not a loss for you, but more of, I'll celebrate you because I know my time is coming.
Oh yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you have that heart, then eventually your good will come to you. What's due to you will come to you.
Yeah.
But the moment your heart is dark and you're just thinking, oh my goodness, I'm so tired of seeing flippin' Uejaa on every screen. It's just Uejaa's voice, Uejaa. Then you're not going anywhere. Because best believe when you're putting that energy out into the universe, it comes back to you. And you're wondering, why don't I move forward? Why don't I what? Yeah. And Uejaa keeps on shining. She keeps on growing. So that's, I think, one thing that we need to stress and emphasize for today is just, guys, uplift one another.
Celebrate each other.
Celebrate each other. We're all women. We're all trying to fight our own fights. Even if we're in the same industry, I can never bring it down the way Uejaa does. And she can never bring it down the way I do, because the way God created us, we're two totally different individuals. But together, we create this powerhouse, and that's what we need to celebrate.
True.
I think if we start working together as units, the world is going to be such a better place.
So much better. And like I always say as well, me and Robin can eat the same way. We can work out and do the exact same workout. I guarantee you, after 3 months, me and Robin won't look the same.
Exactly.
Because that's why we've been made unique, and that's why we are who we are.
Exactly.
And we're here made for a purpose, on purpose. And I believe that if you can sort out and figure out what your purpose is on this earth, life will be so much easier for you at the end of the day, right? Just celebrate each other. Celebrate each other, please.
Okay, so we're gonna go for a quick break and we'll be back.
Yeah.
Okay, so I needed just to ask you this one before we say goodbye.
Yeah.
So for me, beginning of the year and towards the end of the previous year, I always sit down, reflect, and be so introspective. And with my introspections, I always try and lay out what I want to achieve for the next year. So this year for me, I want it to be more impactful. I want it to be more inspiring. I want to be a woman of substance and not and relevance, but not create this hype of a lack of a better word, bubblegum. What I put out there, I don't want bubblegum content no more. I want to have real substance behind what I'm saying. I want to have meaning. In terms of yourself and your year for the year 2020, it's a new decade. What do you plan for yourself as a brand, as an individual, as a sister, as a as you as a being?
Well, I think also I always have this philosophy, and I'll continue saying it, and I think until I've completely achieved it. Partially, I think I've achieved it. You've not lived until you've impacted somebody that can never repay you back, in any way, form, shape, or manner.
Absolutely.
So what I have, I like I always tell people, like people always would come, or, at events, like, did somebody train you? Did you go to a school? Did you go what? It's God given, and I would, in the near future, God giving, if I can open up a broadcasting school where you can teach people, that is my heart deep down. God knows that's my, ultimate. But in the meantime, I've tasked myself to start a class. A masterclass where we can, where we handle branding, where we handle TV presenting, radio presenting, the stuff that I have learned over, it's been 10 years plus in the industry.
Yeah.
And I have met individuals and, made really concrete relationships. So it's definitely about impacting the people that are constantly DMing you and saying, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do what? It has to be something that comes from here.
I think it's the passion. The passion and drive and ambition. It needs to be within you. Nobody can do it for you.
Never. So you can come, you can be pretty, you can be young. There will always be somebody younger, fresher, and stuff like that. But then you need to ask yourself as a brand is, what am I going to do to ensure that I have longevity within the industry? Like, who am I? What am I about? Because, there will be many will come.
Exactly.
But then they need to, those people that ask, why Robin? Why where?
Yeah.
I'm like asking, why not? Because I know what I bring to the table. I know the value that I will add to the hour or to the 3 hours that you book me as an MC. So I say, why not? Let's celebrate each other. Let's create opportunities for each other.
And sorry to cut you short. I actually wanted to add that at the end of the day, you can't, a lot of people actually have this notion of, but you're already there. Why do you still want to have classes? Why do you still want to do A, B, C, and D? I don't think you can ever know too much.
Never.
So if you are even an MC or a radio presenter, TV presenter, something of this nature would be good, because then you get to meet other individuals where you can learn from one another. And I think something similar like this would be Toastmasters. That's also where you learn how to talk, how you learn to do A, B, C, and D, and all of that is when it comes to our industry. But also something that I wanted us to allude to, you alluded to it, but I wanted you to sort of just touch on it a little bit more. In terms of your studies, I know a lot of people were shocked at some point when you started and then when you finished, because everybody was just like, whoa, where I graduated? So what motivated you to firstly go to school? When did you go to school? And there are reasons why I'm asking this, because there are certain people that feel like, oh no, it's too late for me to start, so I'm not gonna start at all. So let's just dabble into that, just a tidbit.
Well, I believe that if you want to grow, you need to want to learn and be open to learn, because learning never stops at the end. Like, if you want to grow, learning never stops. So you can never say, I have arrived.
Exactly.
I know it all. I don't know it all. And I look forward to discovering what's out there, especially within the comms industry, especially within the entertainment industry. The reason why I decided to study is I wanted to grow. I believed, or I felt very stagnant where I was and where I wanted to go. So I decided to study. That was graduated in 2018. Communications, honors in communication, and I have a bachelor's degree in journalism and communication technology.
And this is way after you started working.
Way. That was like 5 years back.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
it's never too late.
It didn't happen immediately when I finished grade 12, which I paused. It didn't happen because the finances were not there. So I did the little odd jobs. I did the activations here and there at the malls, and I did.
Do you guys see why this woman is phenomenal?
I did the work. So again, nothing will ever be handed to you on a platter, and I believe that everything that has come to me, I have earned it. And it's been it's part of the plan, God's plan.
And just look at everything and
Yeah.
the way it panned out.
Yeah.
I started studying immediately after I finished school.
Yeah.
She started studying a couple of years after. But
Imagine.
look at us now.
Yeah.
We're almost at the same place.
Yeah.
So it's just run your own race. Don't be rushed by anything. Anyways, we are going to catch you after this. Okay, so we've had a mouthful, me celebrating a phenomenal woman. Her name is Uejaa. It's Women's Month, so I figured why not have a slumber party, sip on some tea, and discuss pertinent women issues. And we basically dealt about everything. I don't think, if we did leave out anything, we apologize, and we'll get to it hopefully some other
Another time, yeah.
Exactly. But for now, it is time to say goodbye. Please remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you know and keep abreast with everything on this channel. Thank you so much, Uejaa. She made my day. She literally made my day.
This is like a catch up that was long overdue, and it's right before our birthdays. We share a birthday.
Yes.
Like my birthday is on the 1st of April, and
I'm later on, 23rd.
Yeah, so we're April babies, so long overdue. Thank you so much, and hopefully you have learned a thing or two. And if you've seen on her Instagram and my Instagram is that we believe that God has us here for a purpose.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, if you put Him first in everything that you do, everything that's due to you will be for you.
Absolutely.
And I believe in celebrating each other. That's it. We all win at the end of the day.
Yes, we all winners at the end of the day. There you have it, lovebirds. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Subscribe, and please turn on your notifications.
Ciao.